In this video, I'll show you how to transform wood that would otherwise be discarded into a surprising item. Get ready to see how you can create something amazing from materials that others might overlook. The wood I'll be using for today's project is all pine. Here's a board used in concrete formwork. It measures 29 centimeters in width by 1 meter and 20 centimeters in length. I'll also reuse this piece. It's 13 centimeters wide and just over 50 centimeters long. On the bench saw, I'll cut both sides of this piece to ensure it's nice and straight and clean. I'll remove just a small strip. In the end, it will be 28 centimeters wide. I screwed this wood onto the board because it's very straight on one side and will serve as a guide for making the other side perfectly straight. After the cut, I'll remove this piece, flip the board, and cut the other side. This way, both sides of the board will be perfectly straight. Keep in mind that this board was used in concrete formwork, so I had to sand it down to remove the sand and cement from the surface. Make sure you don't miss any project from the channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't done so yet. On the miter saw, I'll cut 2 pieces of 35 centimeters and 1 piece of 42 centimeters. I'll show you everything about this project so you can replicate it. Stay until the end to catch every detail. This piece will be cut to 39 centimeters in length. The 35 centimeter long pieces will be left a little narrower at 25 centimeters wide. Here are all the parts for the project. Now, I'll make some markings on these 35 by 25 centimeter pieces. I've already set the combination square to 7 centimeters and will mark the corner of the piece on both sides. I've adjusted the square to 10 centimeters and will mark the center. Now, I'll set it to 12.5 centimeters, which is half the width of the piece, and make a mark in the opposite direction. This process will be repeated on both pieces. After making the marks, I'll use the ruler to connect the points. I've positioned the ruler exactly on the marks and will draw a line. I'll do this on both sides. Here's how the marking looks. I'll use the jigsaw to cut along the markings I made. Want to see tons of creative ideas popping up for you on YouTube? Then hit the like button and get ready for a bunch of amazing projects to appear on your screen. Now I will make a few more marks on these 2 pieces. I set the combination square to 6 centimeters and will make the mark this way. Now I'll change the square to 11.5 centimeters and mark in the opposite direction. On this side and on the other side as well. I will do the same on this other piece too. The marking looks like this. Here in the center, we have exactly 20 millimeters. I will use the hand drill with a 10 millimeter Forstner bit and make 2 holes at the marks. I'll drill inside the marked area, making sure the hole doesn't go beyond the drawn lines. It was like this. I'll do the same on this other piece too. I'll use the jigsaw again to remove this part, cutting inside the lines. I'm going to use this 1/2-inch chisel to clean the corners well. I'll do the same process on this other piece too. I'm going to make some marks on this piece. I've already set the square to 6 centimeters. I'll mark this way on both ends. I changed the square to 2 centimeters and will mark this way. Here we have the 6 centimeter mark. I'll make the mark on the other side, on both ends too. Now I'll use the square to draw a line at 20 millimeters. The mark looks like this. I'll do the same on the other side too. On the bench saw, I'll remove this part. I transferred the measurement to the combination square, and with it, I adjusted the saw height so it only cuts the desired part. I did the same process on both sides. For this part, I'll clean it using the chisel too. I'm planning down all the parts. I'll leave these 3 with the same thickness and will smooth this one until it fits this part. If you're looking for tools to create projects that people will love, the links are in the description. These are super useful models, and by purchasing through them, you directly support the growth of the channel. With everything lined up, I'm now going to make a few more markings. I've set the combination square to 3 centimeters, and I'll mark the corners of this piece. It measures 42 by 28. I'll make marks at all 4 corners. Now, I'll adjust the square to 5 centimeters and make marks in the opposite direction at all 4 corners as well. I'll change the square to 10 centimeters and make a mark in the center of the piece. This will be done on both sides as well. I've changed it to 14 centimeters, half the width of the piece, and I'll also mark in the opposite direction. So, with the 2 markings on this piece, we now have 6 marks in total, 2 at each end and 2 in the center. I'm going to make markings on these 2 pieces, which measure 35 by 25. I've set the square to 10 centimeters and will make the marking this way, right in the center from one of the ends, on both parts. I'll adjust the square to 12.5 centimeters, which is half the width of the piece, and make the mark in the opposite direction on both pieces as well. I'll use the manual drill again, this time with a 3mm bit and a 10mm countersink bit, to drill the markings that were made. I'll use the orbital sander with 100 grit sandpaper to sand all the pieces. With the router, using the 30mm bit, I will round some edges. On these, I won't round here, nor here. I will round this piece only here, on both sides. And for this one, the largest piece, I'll round all the corners. Do you enjoy the channel's content? How about becoming a member for a small fee and contributing directly to the production of new projects? Become a member and help make all the difference. Here are the finished pieces. I used a manual sandpaper to improve the finish. Now, I'll proceed with the assembly. I'm going to apply glue to this part. I'll also apply some glue here. Then, I'll join the pieces. The glue will be applied to the other end. And also on the other piece, as done before. Now, we'll fit the pieces together, making sure the chamfered part faces outward. And here's our item starting to take shape. I'll secure it using this screw, which is 40mm long and 3mm in diameter. I'll do the same on the other side. The cleanup is for the excess glue. I'll check the squareness. As you can see, the piece is perfectly squared. Next, the final part will be carefully glued. I'll adjust it so that it has equal spacing on all sides. Then, I'll insert the screws. Want access to thousands of plans to build unforgettable projects? Check out the first links in the description. To cover the screw holes, I'll use this dowel made from pine wood. It has a 10mm diameter. I'll apply some glue to the dowel and place it in the hole. I'll tap it lightly with a hammer. I cleaned the excess glue to prevent it from sticking to the Japanese saw, which will be used for the cut. I'll do the same with these other holes. I'll use the orbital sander again to finish the surface. With the item ready, then I'll begin painting. I'll use wood sealer diluted with thinner. Along with the sealer, I'll apply this special stain for varnishes and sealers in the brown color. It will help hide the dark mold stains on the wood. After the sealer dries, I'll apply 1 coat of natural glossy varnish. It will be diluted with turpentine. I will apply both the sealer and the varnish using this electric sprayer, as usual on the channel. The dilution ratio I use is 1.1 for the sealer and thinner. For every 100 milliliters of sealer, I use approximately 100 milliliters of thinner. The varnish dilution ratio is approximately 30%, so for every 100 milliliters of varnish, I use about 30 milliliters of turpentine. These are the methods I use, but always remember to read the labels and follow the instructions. I decided to try this color for the project and would love to hear your opinion. Did you like it? If not, which color would you have chosen? Your input means a lot. Well, folks, here's the finished project. A small bench that gave new life to wood that would otherwise be thrown away. If this project inspired you, share the video with others who also love woodworking. Also, be sure to check out other amazing ideas that will appear on your screen. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.